Hello.
Sorry.
Hello. Hey everybody, welcome to Pop Music. We're one of Toronto's most popular record stores. We're a bit unique in the sense that we only do new vinyl, so we don't do anything vintage. We specifically focus on very curated bins and walls. We try to show off things that people love. Let's talk new releases. Okay, so what people don't realize is how many things come out every Friday and how much of a challenge it is when you're in a smaller record store to carry everything and to feature everything. So what we do is we pick our favorites and we feature them here, which is our new release wall. There's 48 fanzines. It kind of mimics our homepage on the website. And again, these are titles that we believe in, stuff we've bought deep on, and things that we know fans want to see when they come in, especially on the weekend after a new release. So one of my favorite parts of the store is actually this essentials wall. Now, how you define essential is based on your needs and what you love. But that being said, we try to always change this out every week with different titles, things that are just always in our top sellers, and also some recent reissues like RSD Essentials and whatnot that are really cool and ultimately make few people feel like they belong. Like I feel like sometimes you go into record stores and you don't recognize anything. And you're like, is this store for me? And one of my really key objectives when I first opened, even on Gerrard Street, was to make it a very welcoming space and making sure that people saw things that they recognized, which would hopefully make them feel like they belong. So our t-shirts are all sourced from the UK. So it kind of took a little while to find a vendor that I really trusted to deliver on a quality that I felt fans would appreciate. There's, everybody does band t-shirts from Old Navy to Marshall Warehouse. It's not difficult to find a band shirt in the city of Toronto. However, our designs that we hand pick are actually very special. There's a lot of thought that goes into our mix and kind of almost like our records, to be honest. But with our merch, it's more of a gamble because this isn't necessarily what we were coming for. They're coming for the records. So my thing with pop music is like, how do we present it in a way that is attractive, but also enticing? So really trying to show off on the front tables kind of what's trending. There's always constantly nose prints on our windows because we're always like trying to peek in. So our t-shirts got a lot of attention, and over the last few years it's really taken off. And so we're now in a position where we're able to do large restock orders almost every month and always bring in new styles. And then we've got some really kind of cool legacy shirts. These were a collection we actually introduced over the summer from Black Maple, which is a company based in Montreal. And they actually kind of celebrate some of the iconic record stores back in the day, from Sam the Record Band to A&A Records and Tapes to Music World. But otherwise, most of our t-shirts focus on, obviously, musicians. Iconic bands, iconic artists, and different eras, everything from the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s. In addition to t-shirts, we also do really cool hats. And they're actually all embroidered, like a Tribe Called Quest, again, throwback to the record stores. And some of them have really cool designs, like where they've got the under brim design as well. So again, all from the UK, which we love. And we also have really cool socks as well. Everything from like Spice Girls, Nirvana, Ramones, Black Sabbath, Beastie Boys, even like the Strokes. So we try to, again, give fans a bit of a merch experience. Obviously vinyl is the main part of the business, but the merch part is really blown up over the last several years. And I feel really lucky that part of the dream and that part of the vision has been supported. So turntables. How can you be a record store and not sell turntables? That was always my thoughts. And so I really wanted to pick a brand that I could believe in, that I could trust, that I'm not going to get returns on because it's a small business. Those are a pain in the ass. So Audio-Technica has been making turntables since 1965, and is a really well-trusted, respected brand in the world. And they're also really always upping their game. So in the recent years, they've launched new models for the consumers that are even better than the ones they had before. So, for example, the LP70X has been probably our favorite new release from Audio-Technica in the past 12 months. And then we also carry their speakers, as well as more advanced turntables that are based on your need. But again, I know who our customer is, and I'm not going to be trying to sell anybody what they don't need. So for us, we focus on the basics, we focus on the good stuff, and we're also very price competitive. We actually run their promo calendar that they have every month, and that competes with Amazon's, the Best Buys of the world. So we also offer good value. So now I'm going to take you to a place that's very special. Not many people see it, but it's really where the magic happens for pop music, which is in our area downstairs. Come with me. Let me show you what I call the engine of pop music, which is our e-com business. We have become one of Canada's most popular online record stores over the last 5 years, and quite frankly, they pay for everything. So basically, what's down here is kind of your overstock situation. So things that sell once or twice a week, 3 times a week, whatever, we need to have those copies on hand, and that's where they live, is down here, if they're not in the bins upstairs. And then these are all orders from people that are waiting for titles to come in for pre-orders. So thank you for pre-ordering, but once those titles come into the space, then we ship out these orders. But again, every day this is in constant flux. And then down below, by the way, we got this fixture from Short Stack Records. It was a great gift that we got from them a couple years ago, and we couldn't imagine our life without it. But down below is our Christmas, which, believe it or not, we're selling right now 10 Christmas records a week, and it's only September 11th. So Christmas is coming. All right, let's talk some boxes. So we're lucky enough to work with a local Toronto company that we love that supplies us with custom mailers, which allow us to really ship records in a way that is very protected, because nothing worse than getting a record that is dinged, right, people? And then we also ship locally, same-day delivery. And what we try to do is actually repurpose a lot of the boxes that we get from our vendors for those deliveries. So if you ever order same-day delivery, you likely get a repurposed box. And that's our way of just kind of reducing some of our footprint. And also repurposing. And a lot of people like to get these boxes because they use them for storage themselves. So Pop Stars is something I started back in 2022. We're probably one of the only record stores, especially the only indie record stores in Canada, that actually has some sort of rewards program. Pop Stars for me was about really celebrating the community that supports the business by offering, points for purchases, and then you can redeem points for discounts, and then you also get kind of recognized for your birthday and other such stuff. So we also do special, exclusive offers that we send out via text or via email. Plus, most importantly, which has been a new thing for us this year, every Thursday, our pop stars get blasted with new releases. So they know exactly what's going on in terms of what's out, what's trending, and then they also have opportunities to pre-order some of our most recent additions to our website. So when you're at the shop, make sure you pick up one of these. It's one of our charity totes. We actually support the 519, which is here in Toronto, and specifically the Trans Youth Mentorship Program, which offers counseling and mentorship services to trans youth here in the Greater Toronto area. We partnered with our friends at Arctic to create the bag, the cute little record tote with a cause. So thanks for being part of our tour. We're again located at 345 Broadview Avenue, right at Gerrard here in Toronto on the East End. But also you can shop with us online, which is pop-music.ca, or just simply follow us on the gram, which is @popmusicto. Thanks for listening.